Hello YouTube, this is Cole. This is July. It's pretty hot out here. I want to talk about Satan. Why? I don't know. A lot of people are confused how powerful he is and what he's going to look like when he's here on Earth. You know, and people, a lot of people think he's on Earth now. Okay, Satan is not on Earth now. If he was on Earth, he'd be on CNN. Satan is not on Earth. Satan's in heaven. That's another class I did, but Satan's in heaven, okay, locked behind, guarded by Archangel Michael in spiritual handcuffs, Jude 6, okay, but he's going to be cast out. Many people think he has been cast out. He's going to be cast out, all right? Let me go back to make a real good point here in Revelation, singular. Okay, I'm going to go to Revelation 1. Revelation 1. 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ. This is a revelation, a revealing of Jesus Christ. It's a pretty important book. Given to John. You know, he was at the island of Patmos. He was up there in spirit. And he gave him this stuff. And he says, write down what you see, what you're going to see, and tell these people. Well, what he saw was in 20, okay, there's only 22 books in Revelation, all right, so 20, it's getting towards the end, really 14 is toward the end, but 20 and 1, Revelation 20 verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven. People, this is Jesus. Jesus is the angel, okay, having the key of the bottomless pit and great chain in his hand. Revelation 22. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent. Going back to the story of the garden and in the garden with Adam and Eve, and the snake told Eve, and it was telling these lies. That was Satan, people. Satan's a snake. Men are pigs, men are dogs. Satan's a snake. That old serpent, which was the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. Revelation 20 and 3. And cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him. They sealed him, that he should not deceive the nations no more. You're not going to be deceiving anymore, at least for 1,000 years. Till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosened a little season. I could, one day I'm going to do a class. That season is 5 months. Satan's going to be let loose 5 months. All right, but he's not going to have the power, because the Antichrist, the office of the Antichrist, Satan's office, has been cast into the lake fire when Jesus returns. Okay, with billions of his saints, one time. Okay, when Jesus comes back, let's have a refresher on that. Jesus comes back with billions of his saints. He gathers the tares first. That would include Satan. And cast him into the pit. Cast the tares, non-believers, they bundle them to be burned down the road. Not yet, 1,000 years later, when the Godhead comes down, the great white throne judgment, should God deem them, okay, they'll be cast into the lake fire and destroyed, as with Satan here. I'm going to make that point. Jesus will come with billions of his saints. We get caught up with him, and we become billions down here, billions with him. Cloud of witnesses. That word only used. That cloud is only used 2 times, and that's in Hebrew and 1 Thessalonians. A cloud, okay, of witnesses. That's who we are. We're not going to go up there and sit for 7 years playing harps. That's different. That's a different subject. I digress. All right. So that's the revelation. Jesus cast Satan to earth. That means Jesus cast Satan to earth. That means Satan is in heaven in order to be cast out. In fact, it says woe to the earth 3 times. So it's pretty bad. There's silence in heaven for 30 minutes. Why? Because when he's on earth, that 30 minutes is 6 months. Woe to the heavens or the earth. It's pretty bad. But look here. Here's an interesting point. A lot of people don't know this. In Isaiah, the book of Isaiah, 14 and 15, Isaiah 14 and 15, I don't know, down to, 17. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, and hell is a prison, is a containment area, is a holding area. Hell is not what we think. It's, what people have been taught, that hell is burning and sucks and all that. I mean, it sucks because it's prison. Prison sucks. But I'm in the prison ministry, and I see numerous guys who keep coming back. So, yeah, I'm sure it sucks. It sucks from what I see. But they come back. So, so it's hell, and hell means containment area, holding area, sides of the pit. He's attached to the side. I think that's interesting. One day I'm going to unpack that. 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth tremble, that did shake kingdoms? So we're going to be here on earth, and we're all in spirit forms now. We're in our spiritual bodies. When Jesus returns, 1 Corinthians 15, 51, 52, in a moment, in the twinkle of an eye, we are all changed. Black, white, male, female, Democrat, Republican, people, sinners, lovers, everybody. When Jesus comes back, we are all changed into spiritual body. Our clay bodies fall to the ground. They're earth suits. We don't need them. We'll never need them. In fact, it says in Isaiah here, where vultures come from heaven to eat our corpse and those of animals. We don't need these bodies. There's no coming out of the graves. That just amazes me, that teaching. This is an earth suit that contains our spiritual body while we're here on earth. All right, where was I? 17. That made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of the prisoners. So Satan's going to be attached to the side of a pit. That's really interesting. And maybe not all of us, but a lot of us are going to walk by, it says here, and see him in the pit, this little scrawny guy, in spiritual handcuffs, contained on the side of this pit, this holding area for that 1,000 years. Wow, is this the guy that did all that damage? Is this the guy who raised all that hell? People are expecting him to be in a red suit with a pointed tail and horns, and it just amazes me how false teaching gets out. Okay, then the end. We're going to shoot over to Ezekiel, the book of Ezekiel 28:18. Okay, Satan's let loose for a short period, 5 months, I can submit. And then the Godhead joins Jesus here on earth and us, and comes down here, and the Godhead will bring the lake of fire with him. God is the consuming fire. So all non-believers will be judged at that time. 28:18. Thou hast defiled the sanctuaries by the multitude of thine iniquities, by the iniquity of thy traffic of teaching and actions. Therefore will I bring forth a fire from the midst of thee, it shall devour thee. Fire from the middle of thee to devour thee. I will bring thee to ashes upon earth, in the sight of all them that behold thee. So just prior to everybody who worshiped Satan, who took the mark, which is going to be a great apostasy, a great falling away of Christians right to the end, because they believe in this false rapture, catching away crap where they're going to fly to heaven. He's going to convince them they're God, and it says the whole world's going to whore after him. And those in the front of all those people, okay, spirit bodies now, because this is Godhead coming down. God's going to first burn him, turn the ashes from within, here on earth in front of men, spiritual men. Okay? That's what it says. Ezekiel 28:18. Read it. 28:19. And they that know thee among the people shall be astonished at thee. Thou shalt be in terror, and never shalt thou be any more. No more. He's not going to exist anymore. Then we go shoot back to Revelation. Jesus is revealing 20 and 10, where we started in 20 and 1. Now we go to 20 and 10. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire. Again, God is the consuming fire. God is what's going to fry the earth and fry the non-believers and fry Satan, okay, with fire and brimstone, where the beast and false prophet are. All right. So God is going to come here and punish. Gosh, I don't know if it's a punishment. I submit it'll be painless. Okay, but it'll be thoroughly gone. John 3:16. For whomsoever believed, that's you and me, right? I'm hoping you're a Christian, will have everlasting life. Therefore, we are saved from the second death. If not, spirit will never perish. Well, wait a minute. So if you don't believe, you're going to perish. You're not going to boil in hell for eternity. You're going to be separated from God for eternity. And John from Patmos interpreted that as hell, because he thought that sucks. He's a strong Christian. So, anyways, that's what happens to Satan and his followers. In the very end, Satan is turned to ashes from within, here on earth in front of men. It almost rhymes, don't it? I should be someday I'll do a rap song teaching. Hey, now more than ever, we need to spread this word, and if you like it, if not, not. But you need to you need to subscribe, you need to tell people. We need to get the truth out, guys and girls. We need to get the truth out. Okay, I think the end is coming near, and we need to stop, messing around. You got 150,000 people die a day in the globe, in the world. 150,000. On a good day, 50,000 of them claim to be Christians. So we got 100,000 people we need to reach out and somehow touch. And by liking, subscribing, I think you help facilitate that. It's a tough mission, but you're, Team Jesus. We're preparing for the end. Matthew 13:30. Matthew 13:30 says the tares are going to be taken first, and then we will be taken to the barn, Jerusalem. Okay, tares are taken first. Satan's first burnt from within. Then the tares are taken, and when Jesus comes down, I'm sorry, Satan's not burnt yet. Satan's cast into the lake of fire, and then but the 7,000 fallen angels, they're cast into the lake of fire immediately. Okay, and then we go to the barn, Jerusalem, and I'm sure we got this briefing and hold hands and kumbaya, and then we become priests and teachers and preachers and kings of the ethnos, and we go out to all nations and continue teaching the word of God. The whole purpose we're on earth, people, is to glorify God, know God, and make God be known. Okay, in order to know Him, you've got to open this book. You've got to open the book and read it and study. And perhaps that's why you're on YouTube, unless you're a hater and then you're just here to cause trouble, and that's okay too. Because I'd rather teach the atheists and agnostics than the elect, anyways, because everybody got the product. But I am expanding the knowledge of what the Bible says. God bless. Bye.